No joke, you guys. These movies that came out in the very beginning of the 20th century, they are insanely short. And this movie is a whole lot shorter than A Trip to the Moon. The Great Train Robbery. So, The Great Train Robbery is considered by some historians to be the very first Western to ever be put on in cinema. That's still up for debate, and it's fun to really talk about that. So, if you guys really believe that this movie is the very first Western, you can comment it down below, or if you know any other westerns that are older than this film, comment them down below as well. So anyway, in The Great Train Robbery, this movie is like 10 minutes long, so it would need to start up really, really quickly. And this movie starts like really right at the beginning, because you have this guy in a station just sitting there, and you see a couple of robbers burst in, point their guns at him, they tie him up, and when a train pulls into the station, this is where the movie definitely starts going. Now, those type of scenes in silent pictures I'm kind of used to, so it was nothing really too big, nothing really too interesting for me to see. But one of the most interesting long takes that I have noticed in this film was when they were robbing the train. When they stop the train, and the robbers get out and they tell everyone to get off the train, and you see this massive crowd just start coming out of the train, lining up, and it's all just one continuous shot. And I'm just sitting there going, yep, this is the reason why I like long continuous shots, because this feels like art. It feels like real art on the screen. And while they're taking stuff from people like money, jewelry, all that type of stuff, a guy suddenly runs away from the crowd trying to get away, and one of the robbers shoots him, and he collapses to the ground, like literally in front of the camera. And I'm just sitting there going, okay, if this came out in 1903, then I'm really hoping that the audience didn't think they actually saw someone get killed. But anyway, after they've robbed everyone, they take off, and then the entire crowd runs towards the man who just got shot. I'm fairly certain in movie quality he's dead. But anyway, why I bring it up is because all of that was one continuous shot. That is art on screen. There are filmmakers nowadays that still can't even get things like that to happen in their movies. And the fact that it was played off the way I was just talking about it, I'd say is definitely a major accomplishment. And this is 1903, guys. This is a time where horses were a bigger thing than cars. But anyway, they get on their horses and they run away, and you think that would be the end of the movie. Nope, it moves to a scene where a bunch of people are having a party in a house. They are dancing. They're doing a little jig. They're holding hands and spinning in a circle. And I'm just sitting there going, okay, hold on. Did I miss a scene or something? Because I'm lost now. See, that's the problem with silent pictures before those little word crawls start happening, because if it moves to stuff like this, I am completely lost on what is going on. However, the scene does have a moment where it brings me back into the movie, because you see the man that was just in that office building that was from the very beginning of the movie. He comes in, and basically he's telling them that the train got robbed, and you find out, oh, these are actually the authorities, so they're going after the train robbers. And another continuous shot that I thought was absolutely breathtaking, I mean, it's literal art on screen, was when the robbers are in the forest. They are counting their loot, of course. They're in a big circle, and then in the background you see the authorities going over this hill, getting into position. The robbers see them, they jump up and they start firing their guns. There's just smoke, bullets, and then you see people collapsing to the ground, all in one shot. And I'm just sitting there going, my gosh, even I think Stanley Kubrick was inspired by this film, because these moments right here feel like actual art on screen. So if you want to see a Western that looks like it could have been directed by Stanley Kubrick, this is definitely one of those movies. Hopefully they didn't have to take 5 years just to direct a 10-minute long movie, but you get my point. So guys, the Great Train Robbery was definitely an eye catcher for me. Oh yeah, I forgot one more thing. There's a reason why this movie is in film history, and that is the very final shot of the movie. And okay, the clip I saw, it was the final shot of the movie, but some people say it was the very beginning of the movie where this shot happens. But I'll let you guys speculate that. I saw the clip where it was at the end. You may see it in the very beginning. But it's with one of the bandits just standing there for a second looking at the camera, and then he raises his gun and fires at the camera. And I'm just sitting there going, that's where that came from. My gosh, the idea of it is over 100 years old? That is crazy. But also I'm thinking to myself, okay, 1903, I really hope people didn't think that they were going to get shot after seeing that scene. But still though, there are movie makers today still putting that in their films. Like for example, Goodfellas did it at the very end of their movie when Tommy shoots at the camera. It's the same exact pattern. So to have that in the movie and seeing where it finally comes from, I find that to be absolutely amazing. So I gotta say, the Great Train Robbery is majorly a bigger step up from A Trip to the Moon, in my opinion. It may have been the movie that started the Western genre before the Western genre ever became popular, but that's still up for speculation. So I will say The Great Train Robbery is definitely classic. You can check it out on anytime on YouTube. Now, if you're not a big fan of silent pictures, this may not be the movie that will really bring you into the genre, but it is still worth checking out. Like I said, it's only 10 minutes long. You can go through it and hopefully you can see exactly what I see when it comes to most of the scenes in this movie. But anyway, if you've seen this movie, comment down below and let me know about it. Also, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, share my videos as much as possible, and try to help me support me in this challenge so I can challenge other YouTubers to do the same exact thing. Yeah. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.